folks, welcome to Astronomy Live. This morning, we're going to be trying to track the space station. Alright, so we've got this telescope focus pointed at the star Spica. Space station is currently about 15 degrees below the horizon. It will be passing 58 degrees above my home. It's a nice, clear, cool, dare I say cold morning. And we're all ready to go. I've got the finder camera calibrated, telescope connected to my tracking software, and we're running real-time stabilization on the imaging here. No Batinov today. Yeah, I need to get a better Batinov mask for this setup. But it won't matter anyway because of mirror flop and mirror shift under gravity. I'll need to refocus on the space station in real time anyway, which is what the video stabilization is for. It helps make it easier to see how well focused the space station is while I'm tracking it, and make it easier to refocus the scope when we get there. So approximate focus is good enough to start with. Unfortunately, trying to do a Batinov mask on the space station itself is not practical. I have a tri-Batinov mask, but I found I don't really like it all that much. I prefer the classic standard Batinov, to be honest. The white spreads to too many diffraction spikes, and it's hard to find a bright enough star to really make the tri-Batinov sing. "10 degrees below horizon. So we should be seeing the space station rise in about 5 minutes. Maybe a little less. I forget the exact time of rising, but I think it hits 10 degrees at 6:35 roughly. So I'm not going to be able to pay too much attention to the chat while I'm actually doing the live streaming, since I'm going to be operating the scope. But I want to thank you all for joining me. So, hey Raybot, hey Lubo. And hey Ked Red Nail? I'm probably butchering that screen name, apologies. But yeah, no, I'm very happy to be able to provide a live ISS streaming video here. Kind of a unique capability offered by my SatTraker software. Since the software does all the work of doing the tracking, I can focus on doing other things like running a live stream and refocusing the scope. I don't have to worry too much about the pointing of the scope once I get locked on to ISS with the viewfinder camera. And we're now at 5 degrees below horizon. I'm going to wait for it to rise up a little bit. Yeah, we're deep in nautical twilight now. So ISS will be illuminated from horizon to horizon for me. Tell you what, it's a cold one today, 46 degrees here. Even with 2 hours outside, the scope hasn't really had quite enough time to fully equilibrate to the outside temperature, I think. So unfortunately, we may be dealing with a bit of atmospheric turbulence from atmosphere inside the telescope, being at a slightly different temperature than the outside temperature. Okay, we're now 1 degree above the horizon. I'll wait till we hit about 5 degrees at least, and then I'll slew the scope to ISS. Oh, there goes a plane. And a couple planes in the sky. Plane on the finder camera. You guys can't see it, but... Alright, 4.5 degrees, good enough. Let's go.
Acquiring object.
Ah, yes. Okay, I can already see ISS above the trees. Very nice. So as soon as it finishes acquiring, it'll start...
Object acquired.
Yeah, here we go. Rate tracking. And then we'll bring ISS in frame. Here we go. There it is. Very nice. Too far. There we go. Perfect. Nice bright reflection off the solar panels there. Oh, I forgot to start recording on my main camera till just now. Whoops. We got it recording now, though. looking pretty good. Oh, nope, lock on, lock on. Lost lock for a second. There we go. Ow. Alright, that's as far as I can track it. Oops. Yeah, we kind of ripped out the cable on the viewfinder camera power cable. Oh no! Oh dear. Well, that's going to require some repairs, but oh no, not bad. Not bad, I think. As it got higher and higher, I found it trickier and trickier to reach for the focus. Just have to keep reminding myself I need to get on building a focus motor for this thing. It would definitely help things a lot. Yeah. That's a first for me, using the scope to accidentally rip the viewfinder camera clean out. The power cable for it anyway. Oh, my view is upside down. Transform, flip vertical. Yeah, so that right there is the power lead for my camera. Slightly detached, eh? But yeah, I mean, not bad, I'd say. Scope stopped here because it also yanked the power splitter. I caught it, but it still juggled the power adapter for the scope enough that it actually turned the scope off momentarily, so it disconnected everything, stopped tracking there. But all in all, I'd say still a success. So I mean, yeah, you can pretty clearly see the space station there. Yeah, it would have been nice if the atmosphere was a little steadier, but what can you do? Trying to find a relatively steady frame. It's as good as any, I suppose. Yeah, you can see the visiting spacecraft. You can see the Dragon capsule docked on the left side of the space station there. I'll just back it up and play through one more time on what we just tracked. So yeah, I'm not too terribly dissatisfied by that. I feel like it could have been a little steadier. I could have had the focus maybe dialed in a little tighter. Of course, I was trying to make adjustments in real time. But I'm really finding I've definitely got to come up with a solution for a focus motor. There's just no question about it. Trying to look at the screen that's getting further from me as the scope is turning, and trying to adjust the focus is all very difficult. And then in the process of trying to do that, I was not able to catch things in time when the telescope got tangled up on the power cable for the viewfinder camera, and it ripped that power cable straight out. Yeah. But it's fixable. Yeah, it could be brighter, but honestly, the brightness is less important to me as the angle. 58 degrees is kind of close to the sweet spot. You really want to know more than about 65, 70 degrees, because any higher in the sky and in altitude azimuth mode, it's going to have a heck of a hard time tracking it past the meridian. Or when it gets close to the zenith, essentially. The azimuth rates get too high. So 65, 70 degrees altitude, that's really peak ISS opportunity. And there is a higher pass later this week, I believe, that's closer to that range. Obviously, I'll have to use a different viewfinder camera if I want to use that, unless I repair this one between now and then. So there I go, adjusting the focus. Come on, baby, come on, baby. And I kept going past it on either side, and really, I think what I was seeing, a lot of it was the shimmer of just the atmosphere. It's just, the seeing's really bad today. It's so cold. We had this really strong cold front push through, so the atmosphere's really turbulent. So yeah, it lost, I don't know why it lost lock for a second, but it did. Let me turn off viewfinder recording. Had that going the whole time here. But yeah, it lost lock for a second on the station, so I had to reacquire the target there. And now we have it back. That's not bad. You can definitely see a lot of detail there. Adjust the focus again. See, right about there is as good as it gets, really. And the rest of it is just atmospheric shimmering. I went past it a little bit. And that's it. So yeah, that's going to do it for this morning. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe for more. I'll be doing more live ISS tracking in the future. And until next time, clear skies, folks.